warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AIMAN bin MAZLAN from AP229D4B, and today our group are going to present about the building performance and energy efficiency of residential house in Malaysia. For the first case study, the house was started in December 2018. The owner of this house is MAZLAN bin Shari. This house is one-story bungalow house with total area 262.5 meters square. This house consists of 5 total rooms and 4 toilets. Next, we are going to move on to the energy data for 3 months at case study 1. Based on our data, we can conclude that March is the lowest due to the sum of the occupants in the house work at office. And then the data will rise up in April because all of the 6 occupants are at home, and it will increase the energy used by the occupant in the house. During this pandemic COVID-19, some of the family members work from home and some of them studying online using the electrical appliance. Then the data show the decrease in May because the usage of the electrical appliance such as laptop, phone charger, and other apps on this month lower than the previous month. Next, we move on to the comparison of data collection in 24 hours. The highest usage of energy in the house is download, which is 5.7 kW per hour during a day. The total light appliance located at all areas in the house. The second highest energy used in the house is air conditioning with total electricity used 5.6 kW per hour. The refrigerator will be the third highest energy used because it importantly places electric appliance in the house. On to the action that we should be taken on. Firstly, we need to install the smart lighting to provide with the sensor and every lights that can reduce the energy consumption. Next, we also can install the main control panel with a touchscreen gesture. This is because the current house is using so many conventional switches. Next, we also can install the switch control. Switch control will be connected with the air conditioning in every room and automatic monitor.
Okay, for now I will present to you the second case study, and my name is AMIR AZWAR bermakna. Quick overview about this building. Background is this building or property is owned by Muhammad bin Khamis. The owner purchased the property on the price around RM30,000 during 1991. Type of building is residential building, freehold, with area of property is approximately around 246 meters square. Okay, next let's move on to energy data for 3 months. From the findings, March recorded at the lowest due to some of the occupants in the house work at the office, and the usage of electrical appliances such as laptop, phone charger, and other apps on this month lower than other month. May is the highest recorded because all 5 occupants are at house and all family members work from home and online distance learning and using electrical appliances such as laptop, phone, and others at maximum capacity. Okay, next move on to comparison of data collection in 24 hours at case study 2. The highest usage of energy in the house is air conditioning, which is 16 kWh during a day. The second highest energy used in the house is ceiling fan with total electricity used at 9.45 kWh, and third is downlight with total at 6.5 kWh. Okay, next move on to the action that should be taken at the case study 2. First, use less ceiling fan. Instead of using all the area with 5 occupants in house, the family area or at least one bedroom may be used for resting or relaxing. Second action, turning off the freezer. Instead of leaving the freezer on 24 hours, the occupant can switch them off when they are not in use. Action 3, reduce light usage during the day. Turn off the lights and use natural lighting from the opening to save the energy. And fourth, last, minimize the use of high consumption appliances with a high energy consumption such as an air fryer, oven, and a water heater should be used as little as possible.
Assalamualaikum, my name is ADILA BALQIS binti AHMAD SABRY, and now I will cover case study which is my own house in Setiawan, Perak. So this building is a 2-story terraced house with 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. That was built in 2004 and was renovated by the previous owner in 2010. From the analysis of energy data for 3 months of finding, which is in March, April and May, I can conclude that March have the highest consumption of energy than others. This is because of the massive use on the mechanical ventilation due to hot weather in March. So since all the family members from this household work from home, it causes the electricity usage to increase more than usual. But in April, the amount of energy usage have decreases, but then again rises in May 2021. So this is the comparison of data collection in 24 hours of finding for appliances energy usage in this case. Based on the chart, we can see that the highest contribution on the energy consumption is air conditioning with 46.7 kilowatt per hour in a day, followed by the refrigerator, which consumed the second highest amount of energy in 24-hour period at 19.2 kilowatt per hour. In 9% from the chart, at 6.5 kilowatt per hour, freezer has taken the third most used appliances, in this case, study building. Moving on to the action that I have recommended for this case study building in order to reduce energy consumption. So action 1, reduce the usage of mechanical ventilation, especially air conditioning, because it contributes the most energy usage in this case study building. So action 2, implement energy efficiency appliances like maps in order to reduce energy consumption, especially for air conditioning, refrigerator, and also freezer.
Hi everyone, I'm NORSAFIYAH binti AZMAN and this is my house, which is a double-story semi-D located at Banting, Selangor. It consists of 2 floors, ground and first floor. Through observation, during daylight, the extension kitchen at the back of the house experience hot air, and the living room as well as dining area facing the roads become dim due to lack of natural lighting. Move on for the energy data for 3 months. It was found in March 2021 was the highest one. The increase in the electricity used during this month was due to occupants, which did include myself, were still insensitive to daily electricity consumption and use it frequently. And the next one in April, the occupants start to lessen the electricity in the house, which result decrease on the bill cost as well. However, in May 2021, the total amount paid by owner and energy used by the occupants were uncertain as they are rising. Now, let's see comparison of data collection in 24 hours, which led the findings such as the highest appliance energy consumed is air conditioner with 54.7 kW per hour in a day, following by television 28.79 and water heater 21 kW per hour. Other than that, there are 5 appliances with low energy use, including such electric, liquid, and wireless home phone 0.07 kW per hour, phone charge 0.06, fan lamp 0.05, and the last one, table fan 0.04 kW per hour. Now, recommended action. First, use smart device to control such as air conditioner, television, water heater and refrigerator which use high electricity. The second one is use natural lighting. Open the window, especially during daylight, to reduce use of artificial lighting and improve air circulation. And number 3, turn off light when no one uses the space or room. Number 4, use double glazing sliding windows and doors. And the last one, switch into efficient appliance as this can be for the washing machine and refrigerator by replacing them with more energy efficient models.
My name is AZIRAHANIS binti Muhammad SABRY. For case study 5 is located at Cemor, Perak. This home has a west-facing orientation. This implies that the dawn will be seen from the rear of the house or from the kitchen, and the sunset will be seen from the front. The back side of the home is the most exposed, receiving a sunshine from early morning till midday. As a result, the front of the home will be exposed to sunlight in the evening. Proceed with the energy data for 3 months in this case study. The highest use is 447 kW per hour with RM146.35 in March 2021. This is due to the fact that all 5 residents live in the house at all times. As a result, because the new semester begins in March, the amount of energy utilized is somewhat higher than in April and May, Most applicants were utilized, including a laptop, ceiling fans, a stand fan, and a phone charger. The energy consumed in April 2021 is 402 kilowatt per hour at a cost of RM123.65. Because there were only 4 people living in this residence, the use of the phone charger and the fan is also decreased. The amount of energy utilized in May is higher than April 2021. The total sum to be paid is RM132.75. The number of people living may have an impact on the amount of energy utilized. Now let's see the summary of finding in this case study. The electrical applicants that use the most energy is the KDK ceiling fan for 3-bedroom and family space, which use 16.5 kilowatt per hour in 24 hours. Aside from that, the residents are forced to use the fan all of the time owing to the extreme temperatures. The freezer consumes the second highest amount of energy in a 24-hour period at 7.2 kilowatt per hour. It's because even if there's no frozen food, the freezer stays on for 24 hours. And finally, at 6.5 kilowatt per hour, LED downlight is the third most used applicants because most area utilize LED downlight instead of fluorescent bulbs. Finally, for the suggestion on saving electrical power consumption are: first, use less ceiling fan. Second, turning off the freezer. Third, reduce lighting uses and use more natural lighting. And lastly, minimize the use of high energy such as air fryer, oven and water heater. Thank you.